Hello everyone, Jared here back with another reading. This reading is for the Mercury retrograde coming up on August 5th to August 28th. This retrograde will start in Virgo and it will end up retrograding on the 15th into Leo. Usually the planet Mercury is the planet of communications, the planet of speech, the planet of intelligence as well, similar to the sun. With a Mercury retrograde, we're talking about evaluating how we communicate or our connections between the various houses that this retrograde will fall into based on your rising sign. As usual, we're starting with the fire rising sign, so let's go to it. Okay. For Aries rising, the first card I pulled for your Mercury retrograde in Virgo, it will be happening in your 6th house, the house of work life, the house of illness. I pulled the Hangman card. Now with the Hangman card, basically others may not understand, or maybe people in your workforce may not see the big picture, but you do see the big picture. And although you walk this path alone there, understand that continue to keep doing that. Do not stop doing that. Again, with the Mercury, we're over here learning how to work on our communications with other people. So maybe there's a new way you can communicate with those that you work with about this new idea, or understand why the sacrifice is needed amongst you. Again, with the Hangman, it's basically saying take time to breathe and internalize your choices before making any crucial decisions. So really evaluate how you're communicating with the people you work with, as well as even your health wise, because the 6th house also can represent health. Maybe reflect on your health, as well as reflect on what choices you're making when it comes to your health wise. Okay. Aries rising, the next one I pulled for you was the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Again, this will be Mercury and Leo in the 5th house. Again, this is when it hits August 15th. It will retrograde. The planet Mercury will retrograde back into the sign of Leo, which will hit your 5th house, which is the house of creativity and good fortune. The 5 of Pentacles represents possible good fortune coming your way. You probably have been toughing it a lot lately when it comes to your finances. Basically, this card is basically beckoning you to stay diligent, that rough times are going to be coming to an end. 5 of Pentacles also tells you to focus not too much on the negatives that may be going on in your life. Maybe you've been focusing too much on the negative financial issues or any of the financial problems that you may be experiencing right now, and you need to kind of get your focus off that. Maybe keep it more focused at what you're doing at your work, so you know that Virgo in 6th house can continue to flourish even though Mercury is retrograding in this plane. Okay, this next reading is for the Leo risings. Leo risings, the first card that I pulled for you was the 5 of Pentacles reverse. Mercury will be retrograding in Virgo in your 2nd house, the house of finances and physical possessions. The 5 of Pentacles beckons you to understand that although you've been toughing it lately in our financial pursuits or in the physical world, that your worries are going to come to an end, that take time to breathe. The card also calls you to not spend too much time focused on negative things that are going on in your life, or negative things that may be happening in your 2nd house right now. Financially, in the physical world, it looks like also Mercury will be going into Leo in the 1st house, so it'll be connected to your 1st house, which is the house of self as well. With the 5 of Pentacles, rough times are coming in at an end. Although you feel like something is still out of place, no, there is a line at the end. 5 of Pentacles represents recovery from financial loss, spiritual poverty, and charity. So maybe time now to also be very generous with the people that you care about or those around you who may need your help. Leo rising, the second card I pulled for you was the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a beckoning to letting go of emotional baggage. Again, Mercury retrograding in Leo, which will be hitting your 1st house when it retrogrades. This is again on the 15th. It's the 1st house, which is the house of self. It's calling you to let go of emotional baggage. Maybe you've been a little too rough on yourself. Be open to new ideas and new possibilities that can help benefit you physically. With the Ace of Cups, it's also calling you to to be aware of possible new opportunities. Possibly a new relationship is supposed to come into fruition. Maybe you've been single, or maybe you're not. Maybe just a new relationship or a new friendship is on the horizon. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's also telling you that it's up to you, that you can take hold of the cup. It's up to you if you want to take a hold of this cup or not. Again, it's the moon, so moon usually represents reflection. So reflect on your decisions and reflect on what's really nurturing your body and your physical self. Next reading is for Sagittarius rising. Sag rising, we have for your first pull, we have your Ace of Wands in reverse. This card will be hitting your 10th house, the house of public life and career. What the Ace of Wands is basically saying is that you may have been going through a difficult journey. Perhaps you don't know what you want to do, or you do know what you want to do, but you feel weighted down by your responsibilities. It's been very hard for you lately to focus on your public life, your career, or things that are going to really help more nurture you, Sag rising. And what this card is basically beckoning to you is that don't give up hope, don't lose hope. Can maybe get back on track, start doing the things that are going to gear towards that public life and that career that you've been trying to aim for. Also, it's telling you, don't worry if you've lost creativity, the spark will come back. You just gotta wait. Again, Mercury retrograde wants you to reflect and wants you to look again at how your communication may be working. Maybe you haven't been communicating with yourself very wisely lately. Art is telling you to recommunicate, reestablish your goals so you can get back on track to what you really want to do. The next card I pulled for you, Sag rising, was the Ten of Swords. Again, this is Mercury and Leo in your 9th house, which is the house of education and spiritual. With the Ten of Swords is also stating is that you maybe have gone through also something very painful lately, and it's taking you some time to heal from it, but you can't linger on in the past. I feel the Ten of Swords, again, because it's hitting your 9th house. This is the house of education and spirituality. Maybe you've been pursuing something spiritual lately, or maybe you've been wanting to get into higher education. Maybe that's what's going to lead you more back into your career. That's going to help you with your career. And this is why Mercury is retrograding back into that sign, is to give you the opportunity to refocus, like I told you with your first card, to refocus on your career. And part of what can help build towards your career in public life is your education. And the Ten of Swords is letting you know that you could only go, although you're at the end of this ordeal, all that's going up, the only way is up now. Basically, all it is basically what's coming up now is just new things are supposed to come up. New things are supposed to, all of it's going to look up from here on out. Again, with the Ten of Swords, this is the sun. The sun represents seeing things and viewing things and the illumination of things. And again, the sun also represents intelligence. And again, you need to maybe take some time to see if you can get back into school or reconnect with your spiritual side. That's going to help nurture you when it comes to your career and your public life. Thank you again for joining me for this reading. Again, if you want an in-depth personal reading, you need to either DM me or comment. I do a free one for the first time. I go in depth into your chart, as well as do tarot card pulls for you. I also look at the planets and where they're at. Again, with these readings, understand that this does not include the planets that are lying in these different houses. If you need a more in-depth or more focal kind of reading, you need to reach out to me, and I can set up a consultation and set up donations accepted. And if you want, thank you so much, and live in light and dark. Bye.